Today we're back on PTI and we will be discussing who we think will win the college football national championship.
I think Florida State's got the best shot to win the championship this year. Head coach Mike Norvell, coming off of that brutal snub last season, will be leading his guys into the national championship. They landed star transfer DJ Uyengale from the transfer portal as their quarterback, and many of their defensive players are returning to hold the fort down.
I think, and this could be a shock to some people, that the Indiana Hoosiers will win the national championship. New coach coming in from James Madison, Kurt Signetti, bringing over multiple of his players. And don't forget that James Madison was in the top 25 last year. They had a top 30 recruiting class and a top 20 transfer class.
Why do you think he's wrong?
Indiana has one of the hardest schedules that any team could have this year, facing both Michigan and Ohio State. There is no way they can survive with a first-year head coach that's never been in these big games like the Big Ten, whereas Mike Norvell has been playing Clemson and all those giant ACC schools for his entire career. He's been in all those big games, and he's proven that he can win, even with players that have been injured. Indiana doesn't have any kind of experience that Florida State has, or any kind of fans that Florida State has in that environment.
I think he's wrong because, like he said, Florida State got their transfer quarterback, DJ Ugadali. He has been on, 3 or 4 teams now, and he hasn't really won anything with them. Clemson, Oregon State, and now Florida State. I think if he couldn't win it with last year's Florida State squad, even though they did get snubbed, he definitely will not be winning it this year.
Florida State has proven over the last couple of years that even if they're not winning every year, they stay consistent and they will be at top of the ACC. Indiana hasn't been anywhere near the top of the Big Ten standings for any of the last decade. Even with Michael Penix Jr., they could not do anything. And then as you see, as he transferred to a good school in Washington, they went to the national championship, which does show that Indiana is a rough school to win, and you cannot win there, even if you are Michael Penix Jr.
Well, Indiana was actually atop of the Big Ten in 2020 until they lost to Ohio State by 7.
All right. This is Nathan, Teddy, and Dom, and we'll be back next time.